Hello out there to all of those of you watching Jets of Time. My name is Yorgo Esper, and me and my compatriot Adam over here will be your master of the ceremonies for this game today.
Hey, welcome. My name's Adam Raptors, and I am looking forward to a Week 3 Millennial Prix race between PhysicShebang and Cryomonoxide. This should be very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to watching some Jets of Time.
Yes, they should be starting any moment here, and we'll see what we're starting out with, I suppose. So we're just waiting. I think they started the countdown. I'm not sure. Pretty sure they have.
Yeah, so this race is the part of the Millennial Prix, which is an 8-week league with I think 3 divisions in it. So yeah, so these runners are in the same division and just choosing to. Normally, it's an async race for everybody else. Oh, we're off.
It's Frog and Magus. That's an interesting grouping.
Yeah, I like both of these characters. Magus, in particular, is good at early fights. Is the strongest character at level 1. With the downside of Magus doesn't learn techs for quite a while. So we'll see what these runners do with that. Frog is like many other characters, is kind of weak until you get a weapon or some pretty good techs. So
Yeah.
We'll see if we can find some upgrades for Frog in some capacity.
Yeah. Frog is kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. I mean, he can heal, he can be physical, he can be a magical damage dealer, but he's not typically very good at one thing unless you get him like the Masamune and the hero badge, and or the Grand Leon and the hero badge is kind of
Yeah. Yeah, 2 of our starting key items are very strong on Frog. Both the Hero Medal and the Grand Leon are both certainly ways and incentives to keep Frog in your party, especially early on.
Yeah, much like the Robo's ribbon is for Robo. Assuming he's not like hiding in the desert or something like that. What's at the snail stop? Jerky. Yeah.
Do you tend to buy it if it's available?
The jerky, if I need to buy it, usually not. Like, I mean, like if I find it, maybe. I mean, it does get you some awesome tier stuff. But if you get like, like a prism dress, and your team is like Chrono, Robo, and Frog, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good.
Yeah, it's one of those high risk, high reward. It takes some time because you have to fly back to 600, talk to the lady, then come back to 1,000, talk to the guy, and then you get a very powerful item.
Like
but
the
not all
pendant?
powerful items are made equally.
Well, they just got the Carpenter has the pendant.
Oh wow! So that's a really nice item. Unlocks the future, unlocks a bunch of stuff. But you have to be strong enough to get through the pendant. You could go through the prison sequence, and you have to be strong enough to do that. So we see PhysicShebang on the right, fighting these 2 enemies to try and get a few levels.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to start. That's usually where I will start, actually. Um, I imagine if they went through the cathedral after that, they could probably go through um, the prison sequence. There we go. And Frog got a tech. Did you catch what it was? Because I was too busy trying to remember where the prison was.
I did not catch the tech, but you only get 1 tech from that opening thing. So I like some of the other fights. I think I like where Cryo might go, which is at the base of the Denadora Mountains right here. I like this one with it, specifically Magus, because he can one-shot any of the 4 enemies, and then this will give Frog 2 techs. So we'll see what those are pretty soon.
Oh, I never thought of doing that before. And Psychic is, he hasn't activated the bridge yet. Okay, so that makes things real nice and easy. Gonna do that thing. He's gonna do. Nope. He's gonna do some grinding in the forest. Looks like.
Maybe just picking up these tabs, but the forest is where PhysicShebang is the 3rd place. So it's the Mystic Village in 1000, the Stenadora Mountain, and then this forest in 600 are the 3 kind of good opening fights to take. And you do need to take some fights to. I think you need to take at least a few fights to beat these Naga-ettes at least efficiently.
Yeah, they can
like
be.
Magus now one-shots him because Magus is efficient level.
Yeah, I mean, they can be a pain, and they kind of slow spells, and it's just really a slog unless you have like a spell to take care of them. I don't think we do.
Doesn't look like we do. Magus is pretty good at taking him out. One-shots most of the time, one of them, but still, you definitely would love to have an AoE spell. That's kind of one of the first things I look for in building my early team. Like, all right, what's the first way I can get an AoE tech? So it looks like Frog has Leap Slash, which is his strongest physical attack. So that's not too bad.
No, you can't complain with that. But like for AoE, like they have Ayla. Ooh, that's spicy. I like that.
Yeah, this is a strong team. Just these 3 characters. I would be pretty hesitant to go to the back of the cathedral and unlock the 4th character because I think these 3 characters are just good enough.
Yeah, they are, but I mean, I'm one of those people who's like, well, I could get like what if I come up with like say Luca and she already knows like Flare. Yeah, it's I mean, Luca with Flare is better than Magus with Dark Matter. I believe.
Yeah, that's generally true. And then the other thing is like, what techs are these characters learning? If they're not learning any good techs and you don't have any strong weapons for Frog in this case, maybe not a character. But usually, if I have like mostly good characters and they a mix of magic and physical, like this team has, I will keep it.
Yeah. We did just get a look at some of the techs that they're going to be learning. Ayla's learning Charm next, which is in a randomizer isn't exactly the best thing to learn. Magus is learning Dark Mist first, which is a nice one to know. And Frog is learning Water 2 next, so...
Yeah, huge tech for Frog. This is the AoE spell that you want. And then so the other thing that's really nice about Water 2 is it's really good in the desert. So the desert in 600 is, in my opinion, the best early game way to gain levels without any specific items. So anytime you get a water, and all the enemies are vulnerable to water, so anytime you get like Ice 2 on Magus, Water 2 on Frog, or Ice 2 on Morrow, I almost 100% of the time will go into the desert and get some levels.
Yeah. That and Water 2 is fat. Whereas like Water 1 is not.
Yeah, Water 1 being a single target spell, much slower. And it also just takes forever to like the little bubble floats across the screen and at a snail's pace. And it's just like way too slow.
Yeah, it's no fun. And it looks like we are getting ready to I think we're going to be doing the chef check right now. Looks like they're both going to be doing it, actually.
Yeah, this is a pretty good thing. Even to check early, One, because the enemy is relatively, the boss is one of the weaker bosses you could face, and two, if it's something you don't want, you can easily reset out and go do something else.
Yeah.
So this is a good early check. So Bentilt looks like we'll get a reset for Cryo, and for Shebang.
Yeah. I mean, like if it were like, I don't know. You think if it was either like a clone or a Chrono Trigger, then you pick that, or maybe not.
So I'm of the thing of, if I have something else to do, I will do that, and you can always come back for a key item.
Yeah, it's not super difficult, but
Right.
like,
And you want to know, like, some of the so for example, the bent hilt is only good once you have the bent sword as well. So it does nothing in the meantime. So you kind of only want to grab it once you know that's your go mode.
yeah. So I mean, like if you end up with like, let's say you go through Denadoro and you get like a vanilla bent sword, then you get the bent hilt, and then you have a Magus's Castle go mode. Nobody wants that, but it happens.
Yeah, so Cryo gonna try and go through the prison sequence. This seems very risky to me. I think a lot of the bosses are not beatable at this low of a level.
It's kind of tough because, well, like especially physic. Is it's yeah, physic. Uh, Going over the bridge. I've seen some good stuff on the bridge, like one game many moons ago. They were dropping prism specs.
Wow, that's great. So for my division in this Millennial Prix, 2 of the 3 seeds have had double haste helms on the bridge.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
disgusting.
just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can find some good stuff. Let's see what they're getting. Elixirs and hyper ethers. It's
Not horrible.
not terrible. Um, I'd still prefer like, I don't know, like rainbows or like Terra arms or Grand Leons, stuff like that. Prison dresses. And we have a Vegas. Which one though?
This is the one that not the one you fight at 600. That's the big boss, but the one you kind of fight in 12,000 BC.
At the North
So
Cape,
we'll counterattack with spells at a certain point. But this one's probably not terribly easy because we're not that powerful.
No, and like once he's down below half, doesn't he start counterattacking everything with magic?
Yep.
Which is bad.
Yeah, which is really tough for us to handle. And I'm not sure what the HP is, but I think it's somewhere around for Magus specifically. But typically, the spot is around 2100. So
yeah, I mean like Magus is hitting himself. Oh no, cryo, hashtag free Fritz, oh man.
yeah. So in chat, we have been notified that if the restream goes down, it's because one free Fitz his ancestor was not saved, and yeah. So you know what happened if Fitz is not saved.
Yeah. Yeah, nope. Sorry, Fitz. Cryo is not going to help you out. But yeah, Physic, maybe. I mean, like, if they live through this. Yeah, we'll see how this battle goes, because it's not going super well right now. It's just, Vegas is just.
Yeah, that might be a wipe right there.
Yeah.
No,
Whoa,
not quite.
Quite. It's like,
well, okay, maybe this one.
Okay. Maybe.
So speaking of really, really
What?
challenging fights, Cryo on the left here is about to go to the prison spot without very much firepower at all. I don't think Magus has a single tech.
Not yet. And well, I mean, Dark Mist is his next tech, and while it is good, it's not like super good.
So I like this from Physic, going to Hecarim's Cave. This is where you get a lot of tech points, where you can learn a decent amount of stuff. This is where Magus starts to, become a strong character once you can start learning a few of his
Yeah,
Magus's really strong techs.
yeah. The only thing I'm a little meh about going through the cave right now is if you activate the pendant, you can usually find some pretty good stuff in the sealed chest through here. Without the pendant activated, we're kind of, um, you're not going to get the cool stuff.
Yeah, we lose out on the kind of, I'll say, two chests. It's only one chest, but you get two things from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely go to the desert here.
I would, the desert, I'm not super duper sure about because, well, primarily we don't know where Robo is the big thing. And
Yeah,
you can only finish it with Robo, so not knowing where he is, kind of is. Oh, and Cryo is fighting Yakura 13, it would appear.
yeah, maybe beatable. Certainly not without heals.
No. I wonder, well, we did kind of get screen doubled for a while, but I wonder if Janice probably didn't go through any fights to learn, like, Dark Mist or anything crazy like that, which
No,
is...
the prison just doesn't give enough tech points because Magus needs 50 to learn the first tech.
Ugh, that's...
Yeah, just a lot. So that's why. So when I wanted to go into desert, not beat the desert, just go fight the enemies there. They give a decent amount of tech points. You have water too with Frog, and they give a lot of experience. So you can get up to level 13 to 15, somewhere in that range, pretty easily by going there.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that
I
makes
also,
sense.
I mean, this this Hecarim Cave play from Physic is also pretty good. It's somewhat similar to the desert in that you learn a lot of tech points. You even learn much more tech points. And you also get to clear a dungeon at the trade-off of not being able to open the chest and not getting as much experience. So
Yeah.
you'll be a little bit lower leveled.
Yeah, you will be lower level, but like half free fits. Does make a good point. Like going through the Hecarim Cave, you will start to get Magus learning some things that will actually make him useful. Speaking of that sort of thing, I'm looking at Cryo's stream, and this Yakra 13 fight is not going well. At all. Ooh, at all.
I think this is just a reset. I think Cry has like no chance or very little chance to win this fight.
I don't know. It looks like I actually, memory serves, I think he did do a little bit of shopping, so he might have the stuff to actually keep himself alive long enough to do it. It's kind of going to be a battle of up, and we have reset. So we say
Yeah.
no, and we're gonna Denadoro. Nope. Wait. I think I know. Hecarim's Cave? Yep, he's doing Hecarim's
Yep,
too.
that makes sense.
Get the,
I think it was a much more durable fight if you have Dark Mist, for example.
Yeah.
Trying to learn this.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was thinking, like, yeah, the prison is the way to go first. No, it's not. You'll be made unalive very quickly.
Yeah,
And
that boss spot is actually quite tough. It has, I'm gonna say, I might be off here, but 3,600 HP is the standard. So some of them have more, some have less, but like still, that's a lot of stuff to do when you're dealing 100 damage with Magus's attacks,
yeah,
and that's all you have.
yeah, it's just not a fight you're going to win. It's a fight of attrition, and you are going to lose. So I guess is that physic or psychic? I think that's physic. Physic, I believe, is making the play to make. I think actually he didn't get to that room with the chest. So I'm wondering if he's going to activate the pendant, then finish Hequin's cave. Kind of a roundabout route, but
Oh,
it is a thing you can do.
yeah, I did not see that physic left.
Yeah, he totally did.
Okay. I think so. Hequin's Cave is one of the easier, with along with the Xenon Bridge. Xenon Bridge and Hequin's Cave are like the two early bosses that you can usually take. Not always, but usually take at a relatively low level.
Yeah, typically. It's strange though that physic would pull out, and I'm wondering if he is going to make his double dip into Hequin's cave, and he's just waiting to get his pendant put up, or what?
Yeah, the other thing might be that there's not a lot of you're just kind of going in there for the tech points and finishing it now. If it's a challenge at all, is often not worth it. Okay, so
Okay, we have Cryo doing it, and it is Giga Gaia. That's
I think that's doable. If we have Water 2 and Dark Mist, we should be pretty good as long as we can keep our characters alive for a little bit.
yeah.
This looks much more doable with Cryo's loadout.
Yeah, I think so. Man. I unfortunately don't think that there's any decent like dual techs that they have yet.
No, I
No.
can't. I mean, I think these this set of three characters has one good dual tech, which is Dropkick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dropkick. Yeah, that's kind of it. So this battle, I think what I'm seeing is it's going to be Magus and Frog attacking, and Ayla's going to be their chemist. It seems to me about the way I want to do that. It'd work a lot better if she had Kiss, though. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, and Cryo doesn't have Water 2. I'm not sure how you get to the back. Maybe you just don't take if you don't take the fights.
Yeah, he's decided to no pawn out of that one. So
yeah, as soon as Frog learns Water 2, I think a Dark Mist and a Water 2 takes out both hands most of the time.
I would think so. Yeah. Looks like he's pulling out too. So wow. Yeah. Man. Fitz is right. This is kind of a rough scene. There's only so many things you can do. I'm thinking that the play to make at this point is maybe Denadoro.
Yeah, I mean that that boss spot's no picnic either.
No, but I mean, there's only so many things you can do. And I mean, like, we've gone to the prison and gotten killed. We've gone to where else have we gone? Okay, so prison got us killed. Echo's Cave got us killed. We haven't seen what's the cathedral yet, but I'm not sure we're going to be checking that. because all it gets you is a character, and if we're happy with this particular character loadout, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I think Physic is, finally. I think if we get stronger a little bit, gain a few more levels, and I think we're in good shape. At least for the Heckran Cave
yeah.
boss. Certainly, the fighting at the prison sequence is a little bit more challenging. It's a much tougher enemy, but I think we're good. Isla just learns Tailspin. Magus just learns Dark Bomb. These are all techs that will get you through these fights for sure.
Yeah.
So I think Physic is strong enough at this point, and we'll see what kind of chests do. We have a white vest, a red vest. A couple
Doomfinger,
stuff that'll help out for sure.
Power Ring, Lapis, and he's out. So I wonder if anyone's going to check Frog's Grotto before they head on out of here. Because, I mean, it's a good check to see what character is there and see if it's worth going through getting the Masamune Forge and all that. But to be fair, that's kind of not in logic because by the time you have all that stuff, you're already in go mode for Magus' Castle anyway.
Yeah, I like checking it to see if I have one of the pieces and I don't have Frog. Like, if we find it, we just don't need another character because we have go mode.
Yeah, it's just.
But sometimes I'll check to see if Frog is there.
Yeah, with Frog though, it's kind of an empty check. So maybe not. Which does raise the question though: who are we going to find at the Dactyl Nest? Who are we going to find in the Protodome? Who are we going to find in Cathedral? We don't know any of that yet. I mean, like, he could have the buildings of maybe a girl power seed. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, you never know what you're gonna build. Like, I mean, you never know. You could find some like awesome tier item, or like the rainbow, and in the Protodome is Chrono, and he knows like confuse. That's a no-brainer. Let's see if you can get the skip. Yep, you got the skip. That's kind of a tough skip to get.
Yeah, there's some skips in this game. I've been playing for roughly a year. I started playing right before the first Millennial Prix. Actually, I'd done maybe like 5 seeds before the first season. But yeah, there's still some of these skips in the game that I have a tough time hitting every time, and some of them more important than others.
Yeah. A long time ago, Moon Blizzard actually put out a how-to on a lot of these skips, and it's really worth watching because like some of these skips are just like impossible to get if you don't know how to do them. So it's worth a watch. And now for something completely different. We have Physic doing the prison this time around. I know that he knows 1 or 2, so I guess we'll see what we come up with. Ooh, that's gonna be kind of tough, but yep. Fitz kind of called that one. Going back to something different. Jerkbird is a jerk. Is knowing how to and consistently doing skips are different things. Wait, no. The cat has not been pet yet.
No, Physic, I believe, pet the cat.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, on the way to the prison here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could see it on the tracker.
Yeah. The most important thing is I don't even think you validate your run until you pet the cat.
I think I've never validated a run.
Oh man, you
Yeah.
always pet
I
the
never
cat.
want to go into that area.
I mean,
So out of the way.
Yeah, it does also give you a like a free in basically, I guess. But I mean, while you're there, you might as well pet the cat. I mean, it's
Oh,
right.
if I go in, I'm definitely petting the cat. I just never, kind of go that anywhere close to it. It's like similar to the saving Fritz. Sometimes I'll do it just to do it,
Yeah.
but I rarely want to go actually collect the mid ethers.
By the way, Chad, did anyone see if Physic saved Fritz?
Well, we'll figure out if the stream cuts out.
Yeah. I'm worried. Oh, nope. Oh, crud. Neither of you could be bothered to save Fritz, and now he's disappeared. I hope you're pleased. Maybe he's been reincarnated as a cat or something, because I have a cat screaming at me right now. Oh. Yeah, I guess cats do stabilize connections to reality or something, I guess. Sounds legit. So, Physic is about to beat up on Yakura 13, and Cryo is beating up on Masa and Mune.
I think more Masa at this point. You only need to take out one of them, so you kind of, apart they're powerless.
Yeah.
So here we go into the second phase of this. Again, I think this is going to be a tough fight depending on what we get here.
And it is. What did it say? Mutants. Giga mutants? Terra mutants. Terra mutants.
Just an immediate noping out.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Well, actually, I am sure how I feel about that. It's probably a good move. Because, like, without, like, dark matter or flare or any decent, like, magic attacks, you're kind of setting up to be a buffet at that point.
Yeah, I think we do have magic attacks though, unless we still haven't learned Water 2.
I think we have like dark mist and water.
And Tailspin. I think that should do it.
It could, but I mean, like if you go into the fight and just get the crud kicked out of you, you're kind of.
Oh, we don't have Dark Mist yet. Is that?
Okay. Oh, that's an issue.
That'll be a lot. That's not going to happen without Dark Mist then.
Nope.
Yeah, you got to get those tech points.
Yeah, you have that. I don't know why you would go through Hecrins and not fight the enemies. I mean, well, I guess if you don't have any decent magic attacks, that kind of makes sense, I guess. But Physic, heading into the future.
Yeah, getting through the Yakura 13 fight, very very well done. Very important. So once you get to the future, your pendant charges, which allows you to open a lot of doors, and there's a ton of great loot here.
Yeah, there is.
The future just opens so much. So you see all these like red mail, gloom cape, slasher, great items. They're all over the place here. You get, I'll say 2.5 more checks. In terms of key items, you get the Son of Sunspot. You get the I think it's the Eris Dome.
Yeah, there is good stuff in the Eris Dome if you're going to make the check. If you're not, it's not worth the check. There's also the checks. Ooh, Aeon suits, time hats, magic tap, some good stuff. This one, yeah. Oh, there's also. Are they checking Proto? Yeah, doing the factory, I would have checked Protodome first, but then again, to be fair, this particular team is really what you want, I guess.
I
With,
would say I don't think we need magic here.
no, but this does unlock um, uh, magic, so like Frog can learn past whatever his third tech is. Whereas like Magus and Ayla already learned their entire tech tree.
Yeah, certainly, and lightning, not having lightning certainly makes this thing really slow.
Yeah.
So I would
Oh,
probably, I mean, even try and find Robo so we just never have to unlock magic. But yeah,
that's,
this certainly does unlocks magic and also opens up Mount Woe, the 12,000 BC.
yeah.
So if we can do that, so that would be a really good thing, because that's another, if you can take all that stuff out, you'll do a pretty good job of gaining levels, equipment, all this stuff.
Yeah, and what was just chock full of all sorts of like awesome tier stuff also. So
Right.
yeah, so I mean if you're starved for good equipment, it's worth the check, I think. Ooh, Cryo is 3 TP away from learning all sorts of cool stuff, so this battle might do it. Assuming like the whole chemical reaction thing doesn't kill them, because nope, I think that might be that's the alkaline. Nope. Okay. Yeah, the chemical fuse is just it can wipe you.
Yeah, these are tough. This fight you can run from, and I would highly recommend running from this one.
Yeah.
The other one, the one at the very start with only one, you can't run from that one. And most importantly, the one with all 5 of them, we cannot run from. So hopefully it'll be a slog fighting this without any lightning. The lightning doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does enough to kill them. They have like really low HP. It's like somehow they have like 10% of the HP but resist 90% of all damage.
Yeah.
So, but even then, like waters might not 2-shot them, so you might have to cast water or dark mist like 2 or 3 times, and they counterattack pretty well. So, tough fight. And it's just like a random enemy. It might be like the hardest random enemy for when you fight it in the entire game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of tough, but oh boy.
So yeah, this will be fun. Like, one thing I really like about Jets of Time is how much you can learn in a very short amount of time. So I like calling out different fights that you can run from, or different skips, or different strategies. But yeah, like anytime I watch, I like learn new stuff. This game is like has so much depth to it. So
Yeah,
it really appeals to me.
yeah, that's actually how I learned to do Jets of Time. Is I just watched the rando, and I'm a kind of an old lady. Like I remember when Chrono Trigger came out and was playing vanilla, so I played vanilla about 1,000,000 times, and differentiating between vanilla and the randomizer it can be difficult when you first start.
Yeah, one thing I really like about the randomizers is there's enough change so that it's a functional thing. It's not like you go in the vanilla game you go through the same sequence every time, but in the randomizer you can go through whatever you want, so the game has to change for that. But one thing I like is how much I was able to use my vanilla Chrono Trigger knowledge. Like all the texts are the same. There's a lot of stuff like that. So that's really nice as well.
Yeah, and you actually learn new techs. Like I remember for a long while, I think it was Megavolt was a pop double tech, which is like I think it's Robo Shock and Chrono's Lightning too. And that
Yeah.
was the tech to know. Then there's also, I think, Dark Eternal, which was just cheaty.
Yeah, the first time I learned Black Hole, I'm like, what on earth does this do?
Yeah, in vanilla, it's garbage. In this, it's actually useful.
Yeah. All right,
Speaking
so
of, so Terra Mutants, here we are. Let's see how this goes.
we certainly need to heal some. We're almost
Yep.
wiped.
Yep. Uh, um, come on, Ayla, be the cat. Missed. You healed your. Okay.
This is good. This is good. The Terra Mutant also kind of did its version of healing itself, so it gave us some time for us to heal back up. So that's super important.
Okay,
So we're looking okay.
Yeah, we get our first look at obstacle, by the way. We'll see what sort of horrible thing it does. Lock.
Honestly,
Oh, good.
Isla can get locked. That's fine.
Yeah, it's better than stop. Oh, and Physic, the Rust Tyranno is in the future, I guess.
This might be a tough one. So Rust Tyranno is basically a damage check. How much damage can you output? And so it doesn't attack you for 5 turns, but after that it kind of threatens to wipe your whole team. And I think we're gonna have to survive at least one of these, because I don't think Frog can do that much damage, and I don't think Isla can do some damage, but not nearly enough to take it down in 5 turns.
Yeah. I mean, we can see what kind of damage Tailspin is going to do if it does any sort of appreciable amount of damage. And it does, actually. So, I mean, could they make it? Maybe. Don't look now, but Cryo's fight against the Terra Mutants has not gone well.
Yeah, this feels like a desperation water here. It's kind of hard to see how. Okay, it looks like it's not dead. But yeah, that's a tough one without revives.
I don't necessarily disagree with his move there, but in that situation, I would have gone for a Hail Mary 1 or 2, because it could have been just the thing to kill it, or because, I mean, like, if you don't kill him, you die, but there's a chance you could. Yeah, just my 2 cents there.
Yeah, this has just been a pretty brutal seed, honestly.
Yeah,
just tons of wipes and just not a lot of power. Like, Frog doesn't have a good weapon. We don't have any. We have some techs, but they're not super amazing. But like, yeah, certainly, it does not surprise me that these runners are struggling with this seed. Just like,
yeah, I've seen worse seeds. Not many of them, but they do exist. Like, Elder Lavos spawn twins. I remember the first time that dropped, and we were all just like, what do we do now? Because it was basically a soft walk. And yeah, that was fun. Fitz is actually saying kind of sort of what I was saying is like Luca could be in the cathedral. And the cathedral boss could be super easy. It's just one of those things where we don't know. Maybe we find out. But
I think that Physic is going to be taking a Rust Tyranno hit, and we'll see if they can survive. They might be able to. I don't know if we can also have some like red mails. If it's fire, we're fine. Oh, okay, never mind. Amazing.
Cool. All right, so we have some progression finally.
And this is also a point where like, okay, we're weak. I would, we talked about the jerky on the snail stop. That could be a really, really strong item for somebody.
Yeah, it could. I mean, it's a bit of a gamble, but you never know. They could hand you like the Grand Leon too. it's worth the check, I think.
Well, sometimes, yeah, it's if you have enough firepower, probably not worth the check. But it's pretty clear at this point, like this is a really tough seed, so we don't have the firepower.
Yeah,
So let's try and get more.
yeah, and we need to get Frog something better than what he has. And I
Here
see
comes.
it. I see Nadia. And yes, I call her Nadia because I believe that her other name is Marley. Uh, so I just name her Nadia, and that's that. Easy peasy. And learning magic. Here we go. And Cryo is doing his Masa and Mune fights, I think. I think he's giving us the PowerPoint, though. And... Alright, everyone, think magic.
Yes, I hope everybody in chat is in fact thinking magic. This is a very important communal effort for us learning magic.
And there we are. Alright, we did it right. Good job, everyone.
I appreciate everyone's effort in the chat. I was thinking magic.
I was too.
Yeah, good.
Well, for a while then, and then I saw what's going over on crypto's side and lost focus, but it all worked out, so we're good. Alright, so we done the future. RS Dome. I think that's the check. Yeah, I'm almost positive that RS Dome is the play. Also, we've kind of narrowed down where Luca is. She could be in the grotto, she could be Tyranno Lair, she could be Cathedral. So, maybe Cathedral is the play.
I have a feeling that Luca is your favorite character, and you try and get Luca in your party all the time.
Luca has better magic power than Magus does, especially with Flare. So I would rather have Flare than I would Dark Matter, just because it does.
Yeah, for sure. Luca is also part of my favorite team, so my preferred team, if I get to pick, is Isla, Frog, and Luca. It's my favorite team. But I'm more than happy to have Magus. I think this team's quite good. Magus does deal a lot of magic damage, and then once we get triple kick and drop kick, we have the physical stuff, and then we have healing. So this team really just has it all. But yes, I would very happily trade out Magus for Luca if given the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I am like my optimal team is a girl power seed because you have Luca who can do the magic, and then you have Ayla who can do the physical, and then you have Nadia who can heal you. So you kind of just it's the best of both worlds, of all of them actually.
Yeah, I think that team's also amazing. In particular, the girl power team has some amazing double techs with all in all the directions, like Antipode 3, Blaze Kick, Cube Toss is also just amazing. I think I've highly underrated.
Yeah, it is. So unfortunately, it looks like Cryo has called it for today, which is, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I can totally understand if it's not fun. Why are we doing it?
Yeah, and also just kind of running your head into a wall repeatedly is not the most enjoyable activity.
Yeah, and don't sell yourself short, Cryo. You did a good job against a really tough seed.
Yeah, one thing we've been saying just constantly is just how tough how tough this seed is.
Yeah, this seed is just it's nasty. So don't beat yourself up. You'll do better on the next seed where it isn't actively trying to kill everyone.
Yeah, I mean, still, if you look at it, we're 48 minutes in, and we have one key item.
Yeah, it's not. This has not been a good seed. I think did our tracker just have a seizure or something? Because like the entire tracker is full up.
I think we're
Nope.
changing to a one window
Yeah,
thing. So
yeah. Fitz is fixing it. So, um,
we are very far from go mode, as it turns out.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, nowhere close to go
Nor
mode.
are we 2 hours into the seed either. So we're working on it.
Yep.
Fitz
So
is doing the best.
they are. And Dark Helm, Green Dream, Full Ether, Nova Armor.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of stuff like when we were talking, oh, the pendant unlocks the future, and the future just has all sorts of goodies. This is kind of what we were talking about. Nova armor, its status protection is just amazing.
Yeah, and we're getting a key item here too. So we'll see what happens there.
One thing I love about this community is just like in the game. So the bike racing champions are just the top finishers from our tournament last year.
Yeah.
So as soon as every once in a while we're like, oh, one of the prizes for the tournament is you get to be immortalized for the next however long in the game. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think Corinth was on that list. I don't remember. I do remember that I played him in the tournament, and that went about as well as you could expect it, which wasn't good.
Well, no, that they like their names are up on there for a reason. They played great.
Yes, they did. And
Okay, here's a
Dreamstone.
Dreamstone. So Dreamstone not particularly useful now, but once it's a potential key item and a key item, we haven't really talked about the various go modes mostly because we haven't really gotten any key items.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different go modes in the game.
We can start with my favorite, which is going through the Black Almond, which takes you to Zeal 2, which would be your end boss for that particular go mode. To get that go mode, if memory serves, I think you need the gate key, you need the clone, and you need the chrono trigger. Then
You need the pendant. So the pendant to get to the future.
Yeah, so the pendant, and then the clone, and then the chrono trigger. And that gets you to Mount Doom. No, not Mount Doom. Death Peak. We're not throwing the ring and the fire. You go through Death Peak, and then you go through the Black Almond, and then you fight Zeal 1, Lava, Zeal 1, the Mammoth Machine, which they turned the difficulty of that up to 11, and Zeal 2, and then you're done. They press down.
Yeah, and it's really nice. There's multiple ways to win the game. So with the Black Omen go mode, you fight Zeal 2, and that's your last boss. You don't have to fight Lavos. With the other 2 go modes, you do have to fight Lavos. So the first one, and my favorite one, is the Tyranno Lair go mode. Oh, well, real quick, we got an R series victory, so we get to check this thing in the Son of Sunspot, and we get the Moonstone, the actual worst key item in the game.
No, I think that'd be jerky, but I'm not going there.
Oh, I turn in the jerky more than I turn in the Moonstone.
Yeah, and also
they're both pretty bad.
Welcome Retrofoul TV to Just in Time. Okay.
So yeah, back to the go mode. So the go mode, that one needs the gate key to get to the prehistory. And then it also needs the ruby knife and the dreamstone. So we just got the dreamstone, so we got one piece of that go mode.
Yeah. And then there's the Magus's Castle go mode, which requires the hilt, the bent hilt, the bent sword, and the
Frog.
and frog. That's kind of it. So, there are advantages and disadvantages to all of them. Like Black Almond, well, you have to go through the Black Almond. The Magus's Castle, you have to go through Magus's Castle. And the Tyranno layer, you have to go through the Tyranno layer. And it's all just kind of which sort of a slog do you want to go through, I guess, is kind of the best way to explain it.
Yeah, in general, Magus's Castle is the least preferred go mode. It is Lavos is a tougher fight than Zeal 2, and Magus's Castle takes a long time.
Yeah, and Lavos can just be a jerk.
Yeah, Lavos is a tough fight, so I generally try and get higher levels to fight Lavos than I do with Zeal 2. But mostly it's just like you take, for the most part, you take the go mode that you are given. The first item set that you complete, you generally take. Every once in a while, I'll get Magus's Castle go mode and try and look for one of the other ones, depending on how far away I am.
Yeah.
In my Millennial Prix this week, I got Magus's Castle go mode. Looked a little bit for some other stuff. Didn't find it. I stopped like one check short of what I should have to find a different go mode. And so I spent a bunch of time and still went through the really long Magus's Castle go mode. So I made worst of both worlds.
So Jerkbird is behaving now, and there's also one thing that we didn't cover that we probably should. Are mountains nice today? Because
the mountains are always nice.
Yeah.
This is a life.
Mountains are nice.
Yeah. Oh, take this magic tab.
Yep. So yeah, that was how that went down.
All right, so Physic, yeah, getting into this fight, we know that this spot is really tough.
Terra Mutant.
Yeah, the Terra Mutant will be pretty challenging. However, we do have a good amount of strength now. You know, we've got a lot of techs, so we might be in better shape this time. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think so, because it was just like, what, a 2-round Masa and Mune, and they dropped a Mega Elixir. I saw that. It's nice to have. With Masa's Bravery and 2 become 1. Oh, what's the other part? I forgot that part. And also, is it just me, or is in Physics game, is Alphador randomly showing up every now and again?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was, but there's definitely something wandering across the stream, which is...
I think it's Alphador, but I'm not positive. It seems likely. Okay, so...
Yeah, pretty good start to the fight. Magus's Dark Mist deals about 600 damage, which is pretty good.
Yeah. And, let's see what Tailspin does. Tailspin is going to do 400.
Yeah, not too bad. So, I mean, this is not a super fast fight given our loadout. You know, as we said, we don't have any of the big techs for any of our characters, but we should be able to manage to take this one down.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, basically, Terra Mutant is the one mutant that you just go full-on nuke mode and goes down pretty easily. It's Giga Mutant that sucks. Because, like, and we're done. That's how that goes.
Yeah, very, very, very good fight. Very well done.
All right. I'm sorry, I was looking at chat. What sort of items did we get? Was there anything noteworthy or... Yeah, there is stuff floating across the screen, and it's kind of freaking me out. And that is it. What's our key item here? if it's like the bent sword, it is. It is.
Oh, there you go.
That's go mode.
Yeah, so if we want, that is go mode, because I believe the bent hilt was on the bridge.
Yes. So he does the bridge. He's go mode, and we're going to Magnus's castle. So.
And so this is a spot where, like, oh, do you want to go find the other go modes? You're multiple pieces from any of the other go modes. So I am just taking this one every time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like, probably if you're looking for the Zeal go mode, you're probably looking at like Mount Woe and maybe like the Reptite lair. Neither of which are particularly attractive checks. Yeah, actually, it's like Mount Woe is like your last ditch check. If there's nothing else, you got like the jerky and like nothing noteworthy. That's the check you make.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do Mount Woe if I can do it and I need the experience and the items. But it is one of the slowest checks.
It is. It does have some rebels, which are really good for tech points, and it almost always has like awesome tier stuff too.
But certainly we will not be doing it this seed. We're
Nope.
just gonna collect our bent hilt, forge the Masa Moon with Melchior, and then go right straight into Magus's castle. Oh yeah, Fitz pointed out in chat that we do know that we get some pretty good drops here. I think we get elixir and one of the ethers, good ethers, mega
Hyper ethers, I
hyper
believe.
ether, yeah.
Yeah, Fitz, we did not look in the burrow. Me and Adam Rapper here, Adam Raptor, I'm sorry, I talked about it a little bit. We figured if you have Frog and one of the sword pieces, checking the burrow wouldn't do you a whole heck of a lot of good, because by the time you can get that character, you're in go mode anyway. So.
Yeah, the only reason to check the go mode, the burrow here would be is if we don't like this team, or if we feel like we need to, somehow get a different character suite.
Yeah, I mean,
for our end game. So
well, if it were Luca and if she came with Flare, that would be my only check for that. And
honestly, I might consider doing it because we said Magus doesn't have dark matter. Isla doesn't. We just don't have a big damage tech, so maybe we go try and find one.
I mean, we could. Also worth noting that we are going through the Ocean Palace, which has that one really nice leveling area.
Oh, for sure. I really strongly hope that we end up grinding at that spot a decent amount until we get, all of our stuff. Because our gear's not bad. We haven't really talked about our gear. But it's also not, like, amazing that we can, like, beat the game on a low level really easily. So we have a couple high tier things. I know we have a Nova armor, and a couple mail.
And I think we have like the Gloom cape too. But otherwise, it's nothing to write home about. Yeah, Frog needs something because he's still walking around with the bronze blade.
Yeah, I would even consider going. Just going to the shop in 1,000. Just a guaranteed weapon that isn't your starting weapon, because your starting weapon is not acceptable. No. We haven't done the jerky. The jerky will give us a high tier item, but it can't give us a weapon that is useful, because Magus doesn't need a weapon. I don't think he can give any of Frog's good weapons.
Grand Leon.
Well, no, the jerky can't give Grand Leon. Grand Leon is a key item.
Oh, okay.
So it can't give us that, or I might even go to the burrow and check to see if we can like replace Frog. Frog isn't that good, honestly.
Not without the merit badge. After we forge the Masamune, though, my play would be to go to check the burrow, see who's there, get the key item, because that could be Grand Leon. At what point are we just burning time, though? That's just my 2 cents there, I guess. But we don't know what they're going to do. They might check. They might just go for it.
Yeah, and one thing that is definitely true is this team is strong enough if we're willing to do enough grinding.
Yeah, it's just how much grinding we're going to do. Because
how much? Yeah, it's just like what's, and you kind of one thing I find very interesting about running these seeds is like you have some trade-offs. Like, oh, is it worth the time to go buy a weapon for Frog? Here's one. Here's one.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
We did forget about this. We of course we get a chrono weapon.
Of course we do.
I mean it's kind of like a jerky that doesn't take you as long to complete. So I almost always forget about it. If you once you forge the Masamune, Tabon's house has a high tier weapon for one of your characters. So yeah, I would start. Oh wow, I think you have to buy this demon hit. Maybe you're trying to sell something.
It looks like they are doing their shopping trip, basically.
Yeah, but this is the one you want. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, if you're not getting heals, what are you getting? Okay, so we're gonna go without a strong weapon for Frog. I thought the demon hit was like a must purchase. We generally have some, like, a lot of times you have to sell some stuff, and so like that takes a bunch of time. I know I'm really slow at shopping. Like, I watch other people run; they're so good, so fast.
Yeah,
not me.
But I swear, if I see someone else sell the rainbow, I'm gonna blow a gasket. Because you get the rainbow, and Chrono's in your team, you do not sell the rainbow. That's it. That's the end.
I don't think you can, like, certain weapons you can't sell.
I saw the rainbow sold, and it made me angry. I can confirm though you cannot sell Terra arms, so that is one thing you cannot do. I know, because at one point I'd farmed like 10 of them and wanted to sell them, and it was like,
Yeah. Sometimes you can farm, nice ones. I know the Slasher 1 sells for quite a bit of money. A lot of Robo's weapons sell for big hands sell for quite a bit. So if you like randomly get them dropped, yeah, that's a bunch of money.
Yeah. Chrono's weapons are kind of funny though, because of like if you have the option between the rainbow and the swallow, which one would you go with?
I mean, it depends on the speed of your team. Like if you're trying to like match Luca's speed for like Fire Sword, that might be a thing. But like Rainbow is generally the stronger weapon, but sometimes you just care way more about speed than damage.
Yeah, because Rainbow does give you like the 50% crit rate.
Yeah, I think it's 70. It's like really, really high.
I remember that 70 was like the dream killer from like the DS version or something like that. And I know that the Swallow was like +3 speed. So it's just something ridiculous.
Yeah, the Swallow is +3 speed, which is an amazing amount.
Yeah.
Speed kills in this game. Like one of the easiest ways to make all your fights easier is to have really high speed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of like a 7th Saga run where, like, if you don't have high speed, you might as well not be playing. And we have a boss coming up here. Well, first of all, we have a whole bunch of... Oh, Swag Green Dream, Doomsicle. Ooh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, the Doomsicle is deceptively not that important because, like, it's an amazing weapon, don't get me wrong, but Magus, like, never physical attacks almost.
Oh, you do have a point there.
So, I mean, so Doomsicle gets. So the time you might counterintuitively physical attack is once one of your other characters dies,
Oh
because then
yeah,
it gets much stronger
I
when
keep
one of your other
forgetting.
party members is dead.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that that's a strat that has been used before. Just a strat that I've never used. So
I I learned it from watching a vanilla speedrun, I think. There's a fight where you're supposed to um, let your other two characters die.
it's the Rustrana. I know that exact strat you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Okay. Yeah, it's the Rustarana. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
Mud Imp. Okay.
This one's always weirds me out. So I know a couple of ways to like basically one shot this, and we definitely have a couple of them. So one is any shadow damage, and the other is tailspin. Because physical attacks don't do much, and ice and fire don't do a ton. But like if you just kill the mud imp, the other two go away.
Yep.
So that should
And
take it, and it doesn't have very much HP. So a
yeah,
single tailspin takes it out.
it looks like we've done it. I saw a gold stud.
I saw a gold urn.
Oh,
Yeah, amazing
wow.
equipment here. And then also Isla learns her best thing, which is triple kick. So we have triple
Oh.
kick and drop kick.
So the question then is, who do you give the gold stud to? I would probably give it to Ayla just because it cuts that like 20 MP triple kick down to like 5,
Yep,
which is
I would agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, which is a much.
So if Magus learns dark matter and you're going to do that a lot, where are
Uh,
we going? We're
I have
saving.
I have questions. Um,
Oh, is
jerky. I
I think. What's going on here?
yes, he is doing the jerky because the jerky is at the snail stop. So he buys the jerky, he turns it in, he comes here, he gets the weapon or whatever it is. Or
It's got to sell some stuff first.
what are
No, we
you
don't.
doing, Fizz? I don't know. Uh,
Okay, so we are buying the jerky here.
yes, okay, so I guess I was right. I think. Uh,
So doing that, I think there's some merit to trying to get Frog a weapon. Probably realize like
uh,
if you have to hand it off. Okay.
yeah, I think, yeah, maybe. Oh, the sealed chests too, and there's a frenzy band and a dark helm.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay, I get what he's doing. He went to the future to check those tests, those chests. I was gonna go to the past and check them again, and turn in the jerky. Okay, I'm
yeah, noting that you can actually check these in either order. In the vanilla game, you cannot, but in Jets, they're just both there.
yeah. And there's a wall ring and another wall ring.
Sad trombone noises.
Whoop whoop. But we'll see what we then get from the actual jerky turn in and see what
Yeah,
happens from
hopefully it's
there.
something like a prism helm. Uh,
Prism dress.
yep, that would work too.
Another slasher too.
Another chrono item. Yeah.
Ah, ouch, that hurts. Oh, he's using the. Oh, Frog has been using the rune blade the whole time.
Okay,
Okay.
we do have a strong weapon for Frog now. So
Yes.
yeah, we're good enough.
Yeah. I still prefer something with a bit more oomph behind it, but what can you do?
Yeah, it takes I think one of those things like okay, your starting weapon not acceptable, but something like a rune blade or a demon hit is good enough.
Magus. Okay, Magus 1 is not locked to Magus's castle. You can run into any character there, and it's a bad day when you run into, say, like Nadia or Chrono.
Yeah. So to question in chat, is Magus 2 in the general boss pool? That is true. So Magus from 12,000 BC is in the general boss pool. Magus 1 is locked to the Magus Castle spot. However, Magus often takes the form of a different character each time. So either Chrono, Maro, Luca, one of those things. And that affects only the kind of ultimate attack. So if Luca is at the Magus spot, Luca casts Flare instead of Dark Matter. And each character has like a big ultimate attack.
Nadia does the one that no one likes, Hexagon Mist.
I think they're all pretty nasty, and I try and kill Magus before fire off.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and we're fighting a Triplos, by the way. That's the thing that's happening.
All right, here comes my favorite double tech. Drop kick is very, very good for fighting these single target bosses.
This is actually the second time that he's gone in with the triple kick, and that's all she wrote. And yeah, Akuhishi's right. It's basically Magus, different sprite, different final attack. That's kind of it. And Magic Tab, Chrono's Mama. It would be kind of cool if they went in and changed some of the sprites. Like if you go into Magus's castle with like Magus in your party, you run into like Shala or Kino or something like that. Just kind of a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but then again, I'm also one of the big proponents where there should be a switch when you roll the seed where you can make the Zeal 2 boss fight Magus's theme all the time. Because that's about the only reason I bring Magus in to fight Zeal 2 anymore. That and the big thing, like Janus is home and he is angry kind of idea.
Yeah, so we have some talk and chat about the Magus fight. I think the Magus fight is one of the most unique fights in terms of like different strategies that you want to use. So there's a bunch of different things you can do, and I'll talk about them as this Magus Castle is long, and you just fight a bunch of random enemies. That's why everybody doesn't want to do Magus Castle Go mode. But the Magus fight is really interesting, even though it's long as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Magus fight is long, but like Magus's castle, like I'm traumatized by it. So.
Oh yeah, you're not. Yeah, not very many people are big Magus Castle. I've both my races this week had Magus Castle Go modes, or at least the ones that I took. So I'm done with Magus's Castle for a minute.
I am currently hiding under my table, by the way. So no, we don't like Magus's Castle. Gradius, oh, if only we had Luca. Oh, if only. Also, fun fact, the Gradius against Son of Sun has some really weird effects. Like doing just another room blade. Like just doing just ridiculous amounts of damage. But, it's just how the Gradius do. And we are unleashing our inner Billy Mitchell. And
so sometimes I don't mind dropping down here. This fight, it's not bad. You get 4 chests and a tab.
Yeah, so there could be decent stuff in here because we've seen some decent stuff in chests already. So
yeah.
Could be good stuff.
Yeah, that being said, I think our gear is good enough. Like I've seen some pretty good gear on our our characters, and I think we have plenty of consumables to go around.
2 demonettes.
Yeah, you only need one, and I think we already had one equipped. So.
We had a rune blade equipped.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and fun fact, you can find save points down here.
That I know growing up when I played this, it just like weirded me out.
Yeah, it's like let's say, but wait, I'm finding save points now. What?
All right.
I remember the last time I did this seed, I hit every single one of those holes, every last one. Yeah, I don't like Vegas's castle. And
Yeah,
people ask, ugh.
Yes, 100% of this commentary crew does not like Magus's castle.
Yeah. Akuhisha says not everyone hates the skill mode. Who doesn't hate the skill mode? Is it
I'm
you?
gonna guess Aku does not hate this go mode.
You might be true. But I mean, there are as many truths as there are people. It's just Magnus's castle is not my truth. And it looks like at some point Magus learned Bolt 2 or Lightning 2 or whatever the electricity spell 2 is. I think it is Lightning 2.
Oh wow, speed tab dropped here, so
yeah.
it's unfortunate because there's not a ton of opportunity to fight these enemies again. I don't know if it's these outlaws or the other enemy that was there.
But yeah, speed tab's good.
Yeah, speed tab might be the actual strongest item in the game because they don't like eat up your other slots, and speed kill. Like speed is everything in this game. One of the reasons I think Luca is generally the strongest character is because in the vanilla game her speed is 6, but in this game it's buffed to 8, which is a huge difference. You don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
You could get Luca up to max speed, which makes her just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, she is slower than your average character, yes, but Flare.
Yeah, Flare, and she just has so much magic power in general.
Yeah,
so she's just the best damage dealer. You just have to commit your speed tabs to her.
Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything other than Flare, and that's all you really need to know is Flare.
So I don't know how strong Magus is, but one of my strats for this area of Magus's castle is to put Magus at the front of your party, and Black Hole can often take out all of the enemies in one hit. Again, Black Hole, weird thing, not something you would know outside of the randomizer, but oh yeah. And Black Hole, like it takes I think it has the longest animation of any single tech. It's like 15 seconds.
Yeah. Also worth noting, you are today years old when you learned that Black Hole does non-elemental damage.
Yeah, and so that helps get through. Like a lot of the enemies have some amount of elemental resistance.
I'm thinking like the scatters, the blue scatters, the red scatters on the Undersea Palace elevator.
Yep, that's a really good place, and that one's weird. So that one, if you have Magus as your second character, he can take out 4 of the scouters.
If he's your center, though?
If he's your first character, only takes out 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays Falcon Hit
is one of the better. So it's they're only that fight is also unique in that sometimes you use a tech once in the entire game and it's on that fight.
Yeah. Also, like way back in the day when I was still running, another big thing was Dino Tail or Frog Squash.
Yep, those are the other ones that
Yep.
I sometimes use. You gotta get your character low enough.
Yeah, but there is a fireball shooting statue in the undersea palace you can use that for.
Yeah, you can self damage without getting into a fight, which is nice. Um, so the other thing you see here, I think this is a really good strat given um, the Isla is if you charm the little cranks, that takes them out, so it's not that much slower than actually just fighting them. And specifically in this case, the charm is a magic tab. So I think we're gonna have like a big stack of magic tabs. Only 15 of them.
Oh, only.
Only 15. Okay, that's a lot of
Oh,
magic tabs.
yeah. You know what else? I don't remember if Physic turned in the Naga Bromide or not. And one big question that's been haunting our minds, our collective mind, is what is a bromide?
You'll have to ask the Nagaets.
But they're mean.
Well, don't try and steal their bromide, I
But
guess.
I get 3 tabs for it though.
I will
Uh,
be right back. 1 minute.
I'll be here. So the spooky stairway to the coolest opening of any fight ever. And who is it? It is who are we fighting? That Robo. We're fighting Robo. And that's a miniature Magus floating across the screen. There was just weird stuff floating across the screen, and it's kind of freaking me out. Drop kick, doing plenty of damage. Only shadow damages. We got shadow. Yeah, he's hitting harder than we were expecting. I'm not sure why you would use black hole, but hey, do you?
No, Black Hole's quite excellent here. So it deals a lot
Oh,
of damage, and it always works because it does the non-elemental damage.
that's a very good point, actually. Oh,
Uh-oh. Hopefully we
uh,
don't lose. We might lose Isla here.
well, Frog does no. Yep. She's gone. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah. So this is the power of the shopping trip because I don't think we had revives until we got Go mode. So really nice to just get a bunch of items. These fights are tough. Safety first type of thing, or safety second if you're feeling risky. But like revives really help cover like revives, ethers, shelters. Got to get a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah. Like I do use some older strats where it's like, how many ethers can you carry? All the ethers. And like 7 shelters. And basically as many tonics and all that as you can carry. There's like a basic shopping list. There's basically how many curative items can you carry? As many as you can afford. That's
I know,
amazing.
I know when I ran vanilla, as a kid, uh, it's like yes, get 99 of every item and never use any of them. You might need them later.
Yeah, basically that's kind of how I play most of the time. But then like walk through FF6 and buy like 50 potions and use all of them because I'm really OCD about HP and being at full all the time.
Oh yeah. They attacked your character for 20 damage. Better use a full heal.
Yeah, basically. But this battle is going well. I would say.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of keeping your HP high, getting in attacks when you can. It's like Frog has heal. We've seen Magus use some Lapis. All these things are pretty worthwhile.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly, you can buy lapises from Melchior. I forget if it's
Sometimes I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a guaranteed Lapis spot, but like you generally don't need them if a lot. Like I think we have 2 or 3 left, and that's when Frog has heal, and is much stronger than a Lapis.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll need to buy a ton.
I don't think so. So with this, we're either going to see shock or we're going to see laser spin.
I believe it's shock. Yeah. Okay. You see the Lapis here, so we have 1 left. We're thinking about using a barrier, which is smart. Save your stuff. We don't want to die. The other thing I like is my strat for this, and it's a little slower, but I just if I have Magus. Oh, Luminaire. That's Chrono. What? That's cheating. All right, so good thing we use the barrier, and so we can just revive 1 and Frog can heal. We're in really good shape.
Yeah. So the only thing I can figure out how that worked is that Chrono killed Robo and is now wearing Robo's body as like a Robo suit. The Silence of the R series? I don't know. It's yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense, and it's weird. This Robo. Well, I mean, he's gone anyway. And you get a big hand from it?
Well, yeah, you took Robo's hand.
Can we all give Robo a big hand? Oh, I felt bad saying it, but I had to do it.
So this was actually a pretty good time for Magus learning Dark Matter.
Did he just learn Dark Matter? I think
Magus just learned Dark Matter, which is a pretty big tech for what I assume is going to be a pretty significant grind. And Dark Matter is a pretty good.
Yeah, it could be another thing we're also maybe, hopefully, possibly going to see is the new shop. And the new shop sells only the best awesome tier items ever. I've seen them sell Prism Dress Pluses before. And
Okay, so this shop right here is amazing, but you have to talk to the new from the top to get all the good stuff. I did not realize this I think it was like halfway through last season's Millennial Prix when I realized this.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so make sure when you go to this shop, it's got some really good stuff. It always has at least Amulet.
Amulet, Moon Armor, Demon Edge.
So yeah, Moon Armor is amazing. Well, we may not need it. Yeah, I don't know what kind of stuff we get, but like a ton of great consumables.
Mega Elixirs. Yeah, I'm only getting like half of chat. My VPN is not playing nice. So I missed what was going on at Fritz and Fiona's shop.
Oh, that's where those are the shops where you can guaranteed get a Lapis. We were talking about restocking Lapises.
Okay, yeah. For the final... I know for like the Zeal fights, I usually like to take 2 or 3 Mega Elixirs. Because she's always going to toss a Halation, and no one likes that.
Well, I think Mega Elixir is really good no matter who you're fighting. But yes, so anytime you can get a Mega Elixir, you probably should.
Yeah, they're just really expensive.
Or sometimes not even available. Yes.
Yeah, and that's no fun either. Oh no, Fitz just reminded us the twin spot. Oh man.
Yeah, there are definitely some twin spots. So this is both the Magus Castle and the Tyranno Lair Go mode will eventually get you to the Ocean Palace.
Which has the best music in the game.
I agree. Which has a variety of things. Isn't super long, but the end boss sequence is often really challenging, and you have to be really strong to beat them. Fortunately, there's a really nice grind spot, and hopefully we see it, because I don't think we're strong enough. But we have to be a 7,000 HP spot of 2 bosses, so like 2 7,000 HP random bosses. And then we have to beat Lavos 1, Lavos 2, and Lavos 3, each of which pose challenges for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
So hopefully I didn't catch what level we were.
I didn't either, but I mean, he might do some leveling, might not. We're not sure. And one thing that I learned is that you can actually run from a lot of these fights. It's usually when I'm playing vanilla, I will take them all of them.
The one thing I learned pretty recently, I was watching somebody stream. Apparently, you only have to go to one of these. You don't have to go to both sides to unlock this thing. You just have to go to one.
Yeah.
Amazing. I was playing for like forever. I just learned like maybe a month ago.
Yeah. Sunshades dropped, by the way.
Very, very nice.
And Frog's gonna get it. And the stairway to the grinding spots.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna grind. Magus with the gold stud really helps.
Mitigates MP usage. I bet you I know what it's gonna be.
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, and so here's the grind spot. This gives 2,600 experience, gives you levels really, really quickly, and is not a tough fight if you have one of the like there are lots and lots of different ways to one shot all 4 of these enemies. So we're just gonna go up and down this stairwell until we're
kind of where we want to be.
until we're happy.
Yeah, like 35 is a little bit overkill. I think. I don't know. We might see high 20s. I think.
Yeah. So I would guess I'm more conservative than other runners on levels, and I generally go at level 33, knowing that Magus or Luca get to 80 MP by level 30, with a target of level 35 to fight Lavos. And I think that's a little bit on the conservative side, but, you know, I hate dying.
Yeah, and I mean, Lavos will make you die a couple times at least. I remember another old run where, like, I remember it was Koala who was leading the race, and in the Magus fight, like, the lead changed like another 7 or 8 times because they all kept dying to Lavos. Like, no one thought ahead enough to bring revives. They had like 1.
Right, and sometimes just the way the seed goes is like, oh, you don't have a good opportunity to get some stuff. And some seeds are like very easy. You just have like 3 status protection items, and you're just like, and you're super powerful. The tabs, we got a lot of magic tabs, but there are only 1 each, so it's like we barely got tabs at all. So we're not actually doing a ton of damage. But I think, with a sufficient grind, this should be we have enough to go. Like, I know we have multiple mega elixirs, which is super helpful.
Yeah,
I know we have status protection, which is also super helpful.
oh yes. Yeah, especially like obstacle. Oh man, nobody likes obstacle. At
Yeah, and
least
so
it's walk though. It's nice.
status protection is valuable for obstacles. So each
Yeah,
of the 3 phases of Lavos have obstacle in some capacity, or some your whole team gets afflicted by random statuses,
yeah,
which can be pretty brutal
yeah.
depending on
So,
what they are.
so here's what I just saw happen: is Ayla learned Kiss. So the play that I would do is I would leave Magus with the gold stud, give Ayla the amulet, and then whenever they get hit with any sort of a status ailment, you use Kiss and heals the status ailment. A lot of people know that Kiss will do that. It's like an aura plus a heal. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's a pretty good strategy. Like, you need that, a stack of heals, or status protection. So like, my general strategy on what I need here is, I think absolutely one character needs status protection, and it's nice to have 2.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not something that happens.
All right, so Isla going for, or Physic going for the self-damage Isla strat is
Yep.
like, oh, why would you want to take damage here? So during this, we're about to go through like a conveyor thing where one of the best techs to deal with all the enemies is Dino Tail. And so
We're getting her.
Dino Tails does more damage the lower HP your character is. So that's why you see Isla taking so much damage.
Yeah, it's very similar to Frog Squash in that way. It attacks everyone and can do massive damage. It also proves that Ayla is somehow has time travel tech. We're playing Chrono Trigger. Of
Yeah,
course, there's
all the
time
characters
travel.
have time travel ability.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
Come on, let's go.
another possibility for this is to give Isla Isla or Frog. Frog Squash with Frog and Dino Tail with Isla work the same thing. It cares about your missing HP, so the gold urn is a very good way to get a lot of missing HP.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I can,
putting a gold earring on Isla will make Dino Tail even stronger.
yeah, but I mean, it is working right now, so just gonna keep on doing it, I guess. And it's
Yep, I
actually,
think everything, like, the reason why you do set up the self-damaging thing is just this works on everybody.
yeah. I think it's specifically the third fight because, man, those scouters can be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I like that as well, specifically because the Scouters is a tough fight otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, they're
So
all
you need
doing
to do
like
something, and this is a really good strat from Physic.
yeah. I mean, like the first couple of fights aren't that bad. It's once you see the 6 scouters, you're like, oh, this is going to suck. And if you don't have the appropriate skills, yeah, it's going to suck a bunch.
Yeah, even this fight with like the single Scouter, it's just like a really hard fight to like actually one tech takes them all out.
Oh, and here it is, the fight that no one likes. Just like the worst room of the game in Metroid, or Super Metroid, and it becomes so easy. You just cast Dino Tail and it's done. Then you get downstairs, you find yourself a save point. I saw Ice 2.
we did get a power tab, so one of the things I would consider is, so these two rooms you have to fight 3 scouters each, or
Unless you can get the skip.
yeah, I can't. So this really nice skip. I'm not particularly skilled at getting these skips.
Yeah, but like, I mean, physics is making it look easy.
That's better than how most of my. I might have even considered actually just fighting them just for 2 extra power tabs. I think that's totally reasonable.
That is a good point. If you're dropping power tabs, that might be a bad gig to, well, get them, I guess. But we're getting close to the end of the Undersea Palace, where everything falls apart. And yeah, in Vanilla Chrono Trigger, this is where you know everything has just gone off the rails. And apparently this is where you set up Chrono Cross, but I don't buy that for a single second. 3 twins? Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, whoever had Flea plus plus on their bingo card is a winner.
Yeah, so Flea Plus though isn't as bad.
So this one you have to be careful not to so the stare is very, very powerful, and so you have to be careful not to get both of the counter attacks at the same time.
Yeah, that's bad.
So I think from here on out, you kind of just want to do this drop kick on one of them.
And he's still alive. And yes, I use the correct pronouns. As Flea puts it, what is it? Man, woman, it doesn't matter. Power is beautiful, and I've got the power.
Correct. So I think we took one of them out? Question mark?
You know, I think we did.
They stopped moving. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, it's usually a pretty good indication that they are done. Yeah, so they're probably done, I think.
Alright, here comes the stare.
Oh no.
I think we should be fine. Very.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
That's
tough. So I think you need to heal one. Oh no, you can just lap it. Oh wow, it didn't deal much damage at all. Great.
No, good.
So we should be good.
Yeah. If you're super duper worried about the poison, Ayla could kiss herself. This fight's so close to over, I won't even worry about it though. And as if on cue, it's over. Barrier levels up. Frog splash, there it is. Okay. And here we go, I think. Yep. The girl expert says, save early, save often. And use shelters.
In this one, you're just kind of switching your things around. So like, get the amulets on the right thing. I don't think you need Nova Armor and Amulet.
About the only one that I know of where you don't need to worry about using an amulet would be like the prism hats. And we didn't get a single piece of prism anything this run. And then we stick them in the machine with the Masamune, and everything falls apart at this point. all because Queen Zeal couldn't. It's a bit weird if you really think about this, because Lavos is. Does Lavos destroy the world? Well, yes, but that's also part of its life cycle. Is it eats, it destroys, it moves on. It was Queen Zeal, though, who decided she was going to wake Lavos up, destroy Zeal, and then join with Lavos on the Black Armor. It's it does require a little bit of thinking, though. So maybe not. We don't know.
So Lavos 1 does kind of a, I'll say, a 3-cycle thing, and it's pretty scripted. So first thing it does is it does an AoE damage to your team. The second thing it does is obstacle, which puts random statuses on your team. This is why we have the amulets. Here comes the obstacle. And then the third thing it does is a kind of a higher damage AoE. So generally, I try and do like one heal, and then the rest you can just kind of burst it down. Certainly, if you're higher level, sometimes you can just, kind of 2 or 3 shot it. It has about 10 to 12,000 HP. But you can see here that we're having no problems with this. We have plenty of amulets and whatnot. So yeah, here comes the big damage one. Very easily survivable,
but still a little on the scary side.
All right, we get through that one pretty straightforward. That was a good fast fight.
Yeah.
For Physic.
Yeah. Phase 2 though is where stuff really starts to go off the rails. If you aren't properly set up for this fight, it will wreck you with a capital REKT.
Yeah, so the way it does it, so it starts with like a speed like a million. It definitely goes first, and it deals about 300-ish damage to your entire party. And then the left and the right arms will deal pretty intense single target damage. So if you're not properly healed from the first thing, it is likely to wipe you. Or if you don't, have to have something prepared for it. And then the left arm has 4,000 HP, the right arm has 5,000 HP, usually like a couple of dark matters or whatever, take it out no problem. But the really tricky thing is beating these first few attacks.
The boomerangs. The boomerangs are run killers. So let's see what we come up with first. And we have 23, so that's more than half of that arm gone.
This is a pretty dangerous strats, because one of the boomerangs will take it out, and I don't think we had. Oh, we just had enough to take out the left arm. Really nice.
So that's one set of boomerangs we don't need to worry about, because like if you get one character hit by both boomerangs, they're dead.
Well, I think even one boomerang kills any of our party members right now.
Usually if it doesn't, it will take them down to just an inch below death, and then the other boomerang will hit them and kill them.
Yeah.
And then it'll continue doing like Shadow Doomblaze and other nasty things to kill you the rest of the way. Pardon me.
Alright, speaking of boomerangs, Frogs takes half damage from a single boomerang.
Yeah, we don't like boomerangs.
Alright, so once you take out both arms, you get this obstacle, which, requires some amulets to, be nice. But yeah, and then you can kind of just unload on the main head here. You do need to have some magic to do so, but we should be good here.
Yeah, but I mean, like everyone has some form of magic. Even Ayla has Tailspin, and that's a non-elemental magic attack, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we're all covered.
Yeah. Really nice use of a Mega Elixir here. We have 3. We probably won't need all 3. This really speeds it up. All of our characters were really low on magic. So just kind of refreshing to take it out here.
Yeah.
And this will make the rest of the fight very much easier.
Yeah, that's really the only issue I have. I had a point and I completely lost it. Go ahead. I'll find this train of thought at some point.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into the 3rd phase of the Lavos fight any moment now. So we got through that. In really good shape. We deal a decent amount of damage on, and we have 2 Mega Elixirs to really help us out. So
yeah, this though, it's Lavos 3 that is the jerk.
Lavos 3 is really challenging, and kind of the reason I like to over level here. One of the things I actually really like doing is having, with at least with if you have dropkick can often deal 3,000 damage. But I don't think we're quite strong enough. We just didn't get enough power tabs, or we don't have a hero medal or a thing. And so we do get this
We get
the glitch. Oh,
yeah,
the sunshades
familiar
might get
glitch.
us up to a 3,000 damage thing. The other thing I like doing is with maggots, put him in the 2nd spot, and that way he can take out the left bit with black hole, because he doesn't really have a really great way to damage it otherwise. But if we have sufficient drop kicks, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
And we'll see here.
Now, one thing I wonder if we're going to see is, are we going to see left bits?
That was not the correct one to drop kick.
No, not yet. Not yet. I mean, like, it could have been worse. Sometimes if you attack, I think it's the left bit, you will get hit with a cross slash.
Yeah, if you attack it with magic damage. So the left bit needs physical attacks only.
Like what we're about to see. That's some damage.
Yeah, not quite the 3,000, but pretty close. Here comes our status. Oh wow, brutal. So we got 2 of our characters confused, and the other one slept. This is quite dangerous.
Yeah, there are better things that can happen. I don't think that they know that Ayla's kiss heals status ailments.
Alright, yeah, so Isla's down, but we're still... And I think it's really important to take out this left bit. Only has... So the Lavos left bit has 3,000 HP exactly. So we're almost ready to take it out, and then that'll, give us some time to heal back up, get our characters ready, unconfuse Magus, etc., etc.
Yeah, the right bit, if we do that, I think will do its protective seal, I think is what it's called, and then you can actually damage it. But really the big damage dealer here is, surprisingly enough, the center bit, but it's the thing on the right that is actually calling the shots. We don't know why. That's how it's been since the age of time. Oh,
this was this Dreamless is really strong.
Whoa. Yeah, that is the thing that happens. Yep. 20 Was that a 27?
Yeah. Drop kick's dealing about 2,700 damage, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty nice.
I wouldn't complain with that kind of damage. With 16 on top of that from dark matter, wow. That's a lot of damage you're doing, man. Like a lot of that. Go back to the time vortex. I heard somewhere that the backgrounds have different effects. I've never been able to decipher it.
Yes, they do. I also don't really pay super attention to which background does which one.
Yeah, I don't either because usually we're just struggling to stay alive. Like right here. You're right.
Oh, this is. Yeah, you do not want to cast dark matter into a left bit.
No, but
This is tough.
this is well, that could have been worse. Could have been worse. It could have been worse. And the center bit is gone again. So
Okay, I see what Physic was trying to do. Physic was trying to, because you only need to take out one of the bits.
Yes.
In order to. So in this case, you're was trying to take out the center bit with that dark matter, but was a few damage short.
Yeah, but good play here. With the protective seal off, though, you can just it's not super difficult to damage the core, as it were.
Don't attack it now.
No.
I always queue up something and then
it'll do protective seal. Or whatever it is it does. Shuts off defense, turns on defense. Oh, that's how that happens. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this one's a good we can elixir this one away. Because Isla needs an elixir anyway, but
yeah, she needs the MP recharge is really what she needs. And there's that elixir. Yeah, and then they're just gonna go for it. This is it.
I think we're still quite a ways away from. So the right bit has 20,000 HP. I've not been counting, but I'm guessing we're somewhere in the 10 to 12,000 range right now.
Something like that.
So this is good. When you're alternating kind of bits in terms of killing them, and you want to kill one, leave the other one at a really low HP because both of them would revive at the same time. But it looks like we're just kind of going for the right one. And there it is. Okay, we were much higher than I thought. So congrats to PhysicShebang for completing this very, very tough seed. I think just over 2 hours is an amazing time for how difficult the beginning was.
Yes.
So very, very well played.
Yes, very good time too. I don't know if they're going to want to step in for an interview or not, so I guess we'll find out shortly. 2 hours, 2 minutes, 13 seconds. That's not a bad time at all. Judging from the front of the seat, I thought it was going to be significantly longer. I am not sure if we're going to be seeing if we're going to be seeing Physic for an interview. It might just be I guess not. I guess we're done. Like, reveal show with. Oh, we might be. We'll see.
Hey, and guess what? We're joined by PhysicShebang. Congratulations. Very nice time.
Yep.
Very, very challenging seed. Would love to get your, just kind of high-level thoughts on the seed.
All right. Well, I don't know about high level, but the beginning was kind of a disaster. Obviously you guys saw Magus on the bridge,
Hey,
which I thought I could take, and I didn't realize that he was going to double cast me over and over, which that's
congratulations.
like 3-4
very nice
minutes
time.
right there.
Very, very
made a couple
challenging
errors
seed.
in the
Would love
beginning
to
as
get
well,
your,
trying to learn some
just kind of
spells.
High-level thoughts.
And
on
that
the
didn't
seed.
go very well when I went to the magic cave, but once I got the ball rolling, I felt like it went pretty okay, but the whole seed I felt really weak, which is why I got to Magus's tower. I went to Slash, and I was like, man, I feel weak. Even though I learned a triple kick, I still went ahead and left and tried to go loot some chests to go see if I could find something better, and all of it was garbage. So I just went back and just hoped for the best, and thankfully it paid off. The new shop had amulets. I found a good amount of mega elixirs, so I was able to kind of pull through, but it was pretty challenging at times.
Yeah. That opening was just brutal. Like, you don't see that kind of thing very often, but when you do, it's just you just feel bad.
Yeah, and I thought I actually played it quite well. So I think learning your first like good magic text, so Frog with Water 2, Magus with Dark Mist, was the key. And then once you unlocked that, you got like Desert, and then you got Strong Enough, and then you started taking out bosses. But like, yeah, I didn't really see a way to shortcut that. Like, you had to do exactly what you did, or somewhat close to what you did. So yeah, I definitely agree with your overall analysis. Just saying, like, slow to get started. The tabs were bad. The texts were bad. So you didn't have a lot of stuff to work with. So that's why I think, like, your time just over 2 hours, just like, and actually a really, really good time given the nature of the seed. You also had the worst go mode. So I would be happy with your time. If I raced that seed and got that time, I would be happy.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I felt horrible about that seed. I was sitting there like, oh, I'm 44 minutes and I have absolutely nothing except for an amulet. This is not great. But it went pretty fast after I got going. But yeah, it felt real bad in the beginning. I was like, man, this feels forfeitable. But I'm on stream. I gotta finish this up, and then it ended up pretty good. So.
Well, and so yeah, your opponent did end up forfeit. Just like ran into wall after wall after wall, and just like had a really tough time. So it was like one of the tougher seeds for sure.
Man, I hate to hear that he had to forfeit, but that beginning was absolutely brutal. I gotta agree. I haven't had that much of a struggle in a beginning in a while. Normally, I know where to head, but everywhere I went, I was like, man, do I clear this place? No, I'm too weak. Where do I grind? And then I ran into some grind issues, and I was like, but it all worked out. So I'm just glad it did work out. I'm still very new to this randomizer, so the fact that I made it through makes me feel really good.
Yeah. Someone was saying like you had just learned a few weeks. This was So for the first season, I was in the very similar boat. Like, I had just started running randomizer, and you like learn so many things as even as you're going through the league. It's a really fun experience. It has been for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Every seed will teach you something a little bit different, especially on bosses, which is my issue with Magus there. I was like, oh, he's just going to cast a spell every now and then. He doesn't do that. He just keeps casting spells until you die.
Yeah, no, Magus. So Magus both casts his own spells and counterattacks to your spells once he's below half HP.
That's great information. That's the first time I've ever run into Magus. Out of like 10 or 15 seeds I've ran, I have never seen him once. That's the first time.
Yep. Good thing you were able to go back and just like, smush once you had go mode or whatever and were super over leveled.
Oh, it felt so good. I actually kind of wanted to put like if I could have done it fast enough, I wanted to put like text over my stream window that just said "get wrecked," because of how good it felt to ruin him, but there was no way I could do it fast and run the seed, so I just had to yell it at my computer and have that be good enough.
Yeah, some of us heard it, I'm sure. But
Yeah, it was very cathartic.
yep. We trust me. I know how it feels to do that, especially if it makes his castle. Ugh.
Funny enough, I actually don't mind Magus's Castle. I know it's long, but for some reason, I am very much the most comfortable with Magus's Castle, even if it's the longest go mode. It just feels the best to me. Um, I hate Reptite Lair with a passion, or Tyranno Lair. Hate it. Can't stand it. It's faster if you know what you're doing, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I definitely prefer Magus's Castle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I was traumatized by Meg's castle in a randomizer tourney, so
I
yeah,
was very nervous about Magus. Again, I felt pretty weak overall because, like you said, the tabs were horrifically bad. So, despite how many tabs I got, it still barely pushed me higher than I would have been just naturally. So, but thankfully, I learned triple kick at Slash, and that really tied it together to make it possible. If I didn't learn triple kick, I would have not been able to complete Magus's castle.
yeah,
yeah. I mean, certainly not with your strats. Like, I think black hole is a really like you're using some black hole, which is a very strong tech. And like you had, I think you had enough stuff, and like you played the fight very well. I thought.
yeah,
I appreciate it. I played it pretty safe. But with him, once he starts casting spells, if you're not at max health, you're probably just going to die. I thought I had more barriers. I didn't. Thankfully, I didn't really need them. But had I needed them, I would have been very sad to find I only had one single one in my inventory.
And
yeah,
you had magic wall with Magus, which does the same thing. If you
See, that's
yeah.
where the experience comes in because
Yeah. It is,
I had no
yeah,
idea.
that's one of those things where like yeah, you learn a little bit every time. Like yeah, I never use magic wall except for in the Magus fight, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's one of those things like you learn various strats. We were talking about I thought you did well on the grind, like getting Isla low and then Dino Tail through the whole thing. That was really quick. So I thought you made up a lot of time on the kind of the back half of the seed.
Absolutely. It felt really good after Magus's castle. Once I got through Magus, I was like, all right, I'm free and clear because that is actually my dream team, which is funny that I had no idea about Magus's magic wall, but that's my team. So when I saw all three, I was like, yeah, we're in it. And then things happened. But once I was done with Magus, I'm like, there's no way I lose to Lavos. But it got close there. It got real sketchy when everybody got status ailmented and I got a little worried, but I was able to pick it up with those multitudes of mega elixirs I had.
Yeah, you and me both. I thought the Magus 3 fight was sometimes got a little dicey or whatever when you lost all your statuses and yeah, the status part or like, you had one character alive at like 100 HP or something like that. But you pulled it out and really well done.
yeah, uh, yeah. That was really well done. Just a couple things I would have done differently, but yeah, overall, very well played, Seed.
Hey, if it's only a couple things you would have done differently, I'll take that as a victory. And
Yeah,
with all you guys, I appreciate you all coming in and hosting this race and doing the commentary and tracking and all that. It's really awesome that you guys were able to do this, take time out of your day to make this happen. So I definitely appreciate it.
hey, my pleasure.
All right, well, that'll be it for me. I'll let you guys go ahead and wrap up on the channel. Thanks again, everybody. I look forward to doing another one soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. We are look forward to seeing you then.
Awesome.
GG's
I got
and go ahead.
actually one real quick question. I started my timer a little late on my stream. What was my official time?
It was like 2:02 and some change.
All right, I could always just check the stream as well. Just go check the VOD and I'll see what
Yeah,
you guys stopped it at. Yeah, I started mine like 5 seconds late, so it's
and
probably just under 2:02 or just over 2:02.
yeah, it's
I think we were
not
using your timer, so
yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah,
All
so about
right.
2:02 ish.
Yeah, I think it was like 5 seconds. So I'd say like I'll just make it 10 to be fair. 2:02:05 sounds good.
Yeah,
Cool, guys. Well, thanks again. I appreciate you.
yeah.
Have a good night
You
and a good
too.
rest of your weekend.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that wraps it up for us.
believe it
Shout out
does.
to my co-commentator YG Esper.
And shout out to my co-commentary, Adam Raptor. And I guess that kind of wraps us up for the evening. So I personally will well, I hope you all enjoyed the run and learned some things. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, um I guess I will for myself I will call it an evening and you guys all take care of yourselves. I'll see you all later.
All right, have a good one, everybody.